All right, but like I said, today's show, we're talking about dudes who handcuff females. No more calls. I'm not taking no more calls. The calls are real janky right now. But I want to talk about handcuffing dudes. And I want to play this call. I was on Ustream the other day, and all my Ustreamers who join me on Ustream, I'm going to do a Ustream later on this afternoon. So you guys check me out on Ustream. You go to Ustream and look up the Tariq Elite Show for those who have not seen me do a live Ustream show. I was on Ustream the other day, and a lady called up. This lady from Mississippi. She was talking about how she's tired of her relationship. And this is a prime example of what happens when a dude handcuffs a female. I want you to listen to this call. Now, the quality might be a little flimsy because it was recorded on Ustream, but let me let you hear this conversation that me and this young lady had on Ustream. Check this out. Hold on. Hello? Here it is. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, who is this?
Hello? Yes, this is Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. Where you located?
Hello? I'm located in Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got a sexy sounding voice, but what do you look like?
Well, I'm light-skinned.
Light-skinned? Oh, on a side note, black folks, stop saying light-skinned. Skinned is not a goddamn word. I get so sick of hearing niggas say that. Skinned it. And I was kind of being sarcastic with this girl by repeating it. But black folks, FYI, light-skinned is not a word. It's light-skinned, dark-skinned. Stop saying skinned it. When y'all say that, that just takes us back about 30 goddamn years.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, why, let me stop. Why do you light-skinned people from the South, they say light-skinned like that's all you have to be is light-skinned? I'm light-skinned, like that's it. Okay, you're supposed to be an automatic dime. There's some ugly light-skinned motherfuckers now.
Yeah, well, I'm light-skinned. What you want me to say? I'm black?
No, you light-skinned. How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
Light-skinned, long black hair, hazel brown eyes, 150.
Ooh. How tall are you?
I'm about 5'2", 5'3".
Ooh. Boy,
Yeah.
You a big girl. I know that, and you light skinned, so I know those dudes down south be all up on you, don't they?
But I'm having problems. I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 12 years, and I'm ready to get out of a relationship, but he's still holding on, and I'm just not into it anymore. So.
Do y'all have any kids? Do y'all have any kids?
You have 2.
Shit. And how old is he?
He's 32.
How old are you?
Huh?
You're older than him, aren't you?
No.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
So y'all been together basically since y'all been out of high school.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, y'all got in a relationship way too young, man. You haven't been through your little hoochie stage. The thing is, you got, right now you're 29, you done raised them kids. The kids are, how old are the kids now? Around what, 10, 11? How old are the kids?
11 and 4.
Okay. Oh, damn, you got a young one. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm just ready to move on. I'm ready to, it's like I've been there, did that with him. I'm ready to move on with someone else now.
Well, you need to sit down
he had his chance.
You need to have a talk with that dude and be like, look, and just be real cool about it and say, look, this ain't really working. You know, we're going to have to do what we have to do for the kids. But, you know, you're not happy. He might not be happy. He might just be content with the relationship. But you're going to have to let him know that, hey, you're just going to have to sit him down and have some grown-ass talk with him. Don't start doing shit like messing with other niggas and doing little slick shit. Because you sound like one of those type of chicks that go out and start...
No, I'm not that type of person.
I can tell by the way you sound. I can tell by the way you sound. You sound like one of them slick ass motherfuckers. You light skinned. You probably sneak out the house. You put some Daisy Dukes in your purse and then go put them bitches on at your homegirl's house, and then go out stank as hell. You leave the house. No, I know your type. No, you leave the house. You leave the house looking. Okay, anyway, so that was basically the conversation. Hold on. And the quality of the phone call was kind of janky, but you guys get the gist of it. So basically, this female
down in Mississippi. She's been in a relationship with this dude for 12 years since she was out of high school. This dude handcuffed her, and he did what I call the baby daddy handcuffing, because there's different types of handcuffing that dudes have. And I'm going to get into those. You have the baby daddy handcuffer, you have the aggressive handcuffer, and you have the emotional handcuffer. So she had the baby daddy handcuffer. That's when a guy gets with a female and immediately has a kid with her. See, a lot of dudes think that having kids with women, that's going to keep them locked down. That'll keep them locked down for a minute. But eventually, they're going to have the mentality that that woman had who just called. And as you heard in that woman's voice, you know she's already doing some slick stuff. A lot of women, man, when they feel like they've been handcuffed, they start getting resentful because they feel like they've been trapped. They feel like they've been set up when you handcuff them. And again, like the caller said earlier, it's like being in prison. And when somebody's in prison, all they want to do is get out. No, even if the situation is a good situation or it's a comfortable situation, if they feel like they don't have any kind of control, if they feel like they don't have any kind of power, they want to get out, they want to break free. Now, this young lady who called up, she clearly has been doing something slick. When a woman is like, okay, I'm ready to move on, she's ready to tell him that she has moved on. That woman has moved on already. And she said she had 2 kids, an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the dude, if you listening and you know this chick, if that's your baby mom, my dude, you need to get a DNA test on that 4-year-old. Because I'm thinking the 4-year-old might not even be that dude's kid. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think this woman's 4-year-old kid might be with somebody else. That's how slick these women are when they feel like they've been handcuffed. Because as you can tell, you listen to this woman's voice, you're listening to her talk, she's giggling and shit at the end because I'm calling out. I'm like, you sound real slick. She's like, she's giggling, trying to laugh it off. Y'all know that woman is out there in Mississippi popping pussy all over the place. So the handcuffing thing ain't going to work, man. That baby daddy handcuffing, that's not the business. All that's going to do is make women resentful. See, the thing is, fellas, when dudes start handcuffing, that's a sign of insecurity. And we have a lot of handcuffers out here lately because a lot of these dudes don't know how to lock a female down mentally and verbally. You lock her down with your game. You don't physically have to do that. And that's what handcuffing is. For those who don't know, I'm giving my audience the benefit of the doubt, but there are a lot of new listeners who are not familiar with these terms, and I've used these terms before. But a handcuffer is a dude who's basically very clingy to a female, a guy who will rarely let a female that he's trying to get with or a female that he is with, he rarely lets that woman out of his sight. He rarely lets the woman out of his reach. That's what handcuffing is. It's being clingy and insecure. And again, that handcuffing mentality is going on all across the board. A few weeks ago, I'm driving around LA and I drive past the track where all the hustlers used to be. There's a lot of handcuffing on the track. You drive out to the track now, there's more dudes out there than hoes. You drive through the track, you have hoes standing on the corner and dudes literally standing right behind them, calling themselves pimping. Handcuffing hoes on the track. I mean, what part of the game is that? All the old school players would never get down like that. That's not how you handle no business. These dudes out on the track so much they need to put on a miniskirt and some hoe heels and they need to sell ass. If they're going to be on the track handcuffing women like that, it's ridiculous. These dudes are so insecure that somebody's going to come and knock their chicks. They feel like they have to go out there and handcuff them physically. That's insecurity. A real true to the game player, he puts the game out there and let the woman go about her business. If she's going to blow, she's just going to blow. She's going to roll out. If she's going to leave, let her leave. But handcuffing a woman 24 hours a day, the old players would never do that. back when I used to hang out with the players on Sunset Boulevard, the players would all gather at like one spot and just chop up game with each other, not watching the girls. They'll be trying to knock new girls. They'd hang out at Denny's on Sunset, or they'll hang out in the donut spot that's open 24 hours a day and just chop up game with each other. But all that running up and down the track, following hoes, and man, the game is real raggedy right now. Not only the hustle game, but even the square world. We see this stuff in clubs. Fellas, y'all know what I'm talking about. You go to the club, and it's not even no cock blocking going on, because in order to get cock blocked, you have to have a little access to the female. These handcuffing ass dudes aren't even giving cats access to the females. These dudes are loitering around females all night, so a dude can't even get his bid in. So these dudes are going beyond cock blocking. See, handcuffing goes beyond cock blocking. Because like when you're talking to a female, then some dude just kind of steps in the way, that's cock blocking. But hell, these dudes are just blocking. They just guarding the woman all night. They just handcuffed to her, so you can't even spit your game to her. And you can tell the female is like, okay, damn, I want to go do my thing. I was at the gym the other day. I saw a woman, she was trying to work out, real cute chick. It was some dude in there talking to her. He was talking to this woman for like an hour. And I'm just kind of peeping, and at first I'm thinking that she knows this guy, but she was clearly trying to go on about her business. She was trying to work out and just do her thing, but this dude straight up handcuffed her in the gym. He just wouldn't stop talking, wouldn't stop running his mouth, wouldn't let this woman go on about her business. And there's some women who don't want to be rude, some women who will allow certain guys to run their mouths. Excuse me. But this goes on all the time. Especially with dudes when they go to clubs and they buy women drinks. They buy women a drink. They'll buy a woman a drink and they feel like they have to follow the woman around all night. And a lot of women get handcuffed by dudes who act like they're their buddies. A lot of guys who are like on that play brother shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys will pretend to be a girl's play brother, but all he's doing is handcuffing because he's trying to figure out a way to get his bid in with the woman. Because, man, I've been out to clubs before and I've seen dudes handcuff women, and then I'll catch the woman going to the bathroom or something, and I'll spit that real fast grenade game at her ass. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Whoop, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm like, who you here with? Oh, yeah, I'm here with my friends. I'm like, that dude, is that your man? Oh, no, that's not my man. That's my friend. I'm like, well, damn. The way this nigga is handcuffing you, I'm thinking that's your dude. No, that's just my friend. I'm like, well, here, let me give you my card real quick before this nigga come and cock block and handcuff you right here and here. So just here's my number, here's my card, holla at me later on. So whenever you're in a situation and you see a dude that's handcuffing a female who's clearly trying to get her shoes on, you need to catch her coming into the bathroom. You need to watch and see her break away from that dude. If he lets her, sooner or later she's gonna have to go to the bathroom or something. So you gotta catch that woman when she's breaking away from the dude to go to the restroom or something. You got to do it real quick. You got to do it real smooth. That's why you got to know how to grenade mac. You got to know how to put your bid in quick. That's why you have to know how to have cards. And I've talked about that a million times. You got to get your business cards together, players. Business cards are cheap as hell to get. And I talked about that in my Mac Lessons DVD. Go to MacLessonsRadio.com or MacLessons.com and get the Mac Lessons DVD. I talk about how important it is to have business cards on deck, because that makes your game faster. When you talk to a female, you don't want to sit around looking for a pen and paper, because that takes up time to do that and it makes you look unorganized, and that allows cock blocking to come in. Because these days, man, you gotta mac quick, you gotta mac fast. You understand that? Sometimes you gotta put your bid in within seconds, and you gotta make a very direct impact with these women. So when you see a woman breaking away from a handcuffing ass dude, bam, hit her with that card so she can go on about her business. And again, cards are cheap. You can get cards. There's one place on the internet, I think you can get them for free. It's called Vistaprint. Vistaprint.com, something like that. But you can get cards literally for free. So I suggest that to all my players, get free business cards. But again, there's different types of handcuffing dudes. Now in the hustle game, when you have a handcuffing dude, all the PIs, they call them chili pimps. And I've talked about that before. And Iceberg Slim talked about that in one of his books. A chili pimp is basically a pimp with one hoe. And they call them chili pimps because down in South America, in the country of Chile, the South American so-called pimps, they literally follow girls around the track. And that's called low-level pimping. They either call that chili pimping, they call it South American pimping, they even call it Mexican pimping. Because a lot of the Mexican pimps do that in Mexico. They go out and solicit girls, they go out and solicit tricks for the girls. They have these clubs down there and they'll like, come on in, come get a girl, come get a girl. Then they'll follow the girls up and down the track. Every time the girl gets some money, they run up and get the money from the girl. So that's called low-level pimping. So in the game, when a dude is handcuffing, that's chili pimping or popcorn pimping. Now, let's talk about the emotional handcuffers. Let's talk about the square world and not the game, because in the square world, the handcuffing is really severe. The emotional handcuffers, these are the guys that try to handcuff women with romance. They always want to do romantic things. Sweetie, I just want to be around you. I just love your essence. I just need to be near you. That type of handcuffing. They try to guilt trip the woman into being around them all the time. These dudes try to use romance and love and ecstasy and all this old bullshit to be around women all the time. And women get tired of that too. So these guys, the emotional handcuffers, they try to buy gifts. They always try to, it's almost a low-level form of tricking. They're like, hey, babe, I want to come over and cook you dinner. I want to take you to this nice restaurant. I want to take you here. I want to do this for you. Let's do this together. Let's finger paint together. They always want to do all this little romance stuff, and that's their little soft, emotional way to handcuff the female. And eventually a woman will get tired of that. A woman will get tired of a dude that's just rolling out the red carpet all the time, because she's going to see it for what it is. It's insecurity. It's emotional handcuffing. So you can't do that. And finally, you have what's called the aggressive handcuffer. See, the aggressive handcuffer, that's the warden, the guy who's not even trying to let his female out of his sight. That's the kind of guy, like if the female looks at another dude, he's going off on her. That's that Mel Gibson type shit. That aggressive handcuffer, that's the kind of dude, he goes to the club and he's holding his woman's hand. This is the kind of dude, he's up in Walmart holding his woman's hand. He don't want to let his woman go at all. He's literally clinging on to his chick. And that handcuffing is global. That kind of aggressive handcuffing. I was over in Thailand. And you know, a lot of tricks go over there to marry those Thai women. And I was in Thailand and I was somewhere shopping. And there was this beautiful Thai lady. She had her trick with her. And this lady, she walked close to me. I was shopping and I wasn't really paying her no attention, but she got a little too close to me and her trick literally grabbed her and pulled her away from me. I'm like, and me and my chick, we're looking at it laughing because it looked real insecure. It's like, I'm going to take his chick or something. I'm not even thinking about his chick. I'm there with my own chick. So there's global handcuffing going on, and all of it is based in insecurity. You know, you have those Ike Turner type handcuffing dudes. Whenever the woman leaves the house, like, who you going with? Where you going? Where you been? Where the fuck you going? Who she is? You know, they question everything the woman does. And let me say this. There's nothing wrong with having boundaries within the relationship, because you don't want your woman to be reckless. You don't want your woman to be out doing all types of crazy, disrespectful stuff. You do want to set certain boundaries, both of you. You have to know what each person likes or what each person will tolerate. But you do that in a verbal way. You just say, hey, look, I don't like this. I'm not feeling you to being up in the clubs 24 hours a day. I don't like you going here. I don't like this. You just verbally say that and just put it out there and just trust that the woman will respect your desires. You just trust that the woman will respect the boundaries. If you feel like you have to follow her around and handcuff her to physically stop her from disrespecting your so-called boundaries, well, that's a female you need to let go. That's a female that you shouldn't be around if you have to handcuff her and you don't trust her respecting the boundaries of the relationship. You understand that? A true player will just put the word out there, hey, baby, I don't want you doing that, now go on about your business. And if she violates that, then you just charge her to the game because the trust isn't there. But handcuffing really never works. Handcuffing always backfires on you players. You can't handcuff these females. Man, these females, they're going to do what they want to do regardless. You can lock a woman in the house. She'll find a way to get up out that house. Mel Gibson has learned that the hard way. That's why he's losing his mind. He tried to handcuff that woman, and this woman has dry snitched on him, put his business out there. And that's what happens with a lot of these guys. That's what happened with the young lady who called earlier. This guy done handcuffed her with babies, and now she's out here doing God knows what. So you guys have to be on the same page with the female mentally. You got to have a mental vibe. You got to have some mental boundaries going on. But the handcuffing thing, that never works. If you got to handcuff these females, you got to charge them to the game. And the aggressive handcuffing, that gorilla pimping, punking a woman out, beating her down if she does this, does that. If you got to do all that, just charge her to the game. Take the handcuffs off and put some more verbal skills in the game. Be more secure with your game, players. You feel me? Anyway, y'all, that's been today's episode of the Mac. All right, but like I said, today's show, we're talking about dudes who handcuff females. No more calls. I'm not taking no more calls. The calls are real janky right now. But I want to talk about handcuffing dudes. And I want to play this call. I was on Ustream the other day, and all my Ustreamers who join me on Ustream, I'm going to do a Ustream later on this afternoon. So you guys check me out on Ustream. You go to Ustream and look up the Tariq Elite Show for those who have not seen me do a live Ustream show. I was on Ustream the other day, and a lady called up. This lady from Mississippi. She was talking about how she's tired of her relationship. And this is a prime example of what happens when a dude handcuffs a female. I want you to listen to this call. Now, the quality might be a little flimsy because it was recorded on Ustream, but let you hear this conversation that me and this young lady had on Ustream. Check this out. Hold on.
Hello?
Here it is.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, who is this?
Hello? Yes, this is Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. Where you located?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, why? Let me stop. 'Cause why do light-skinned people from the South, they say light-skinned like that's all you have to be is light-skinned? I'm light-skinned, like that's it. Okay, you're supposed to be an automatic dime. There's some ugly light-skinned motherfuckers now.
Yeah, well, I'm light-skinned. What you want me to say? I'm black?
No, you light-skinned. How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
Light-skinned, long black hair, hazel brown eyes, 150.
Ooh. How tall are you?
I'm about 5'2", 5'3".
Ooh. Boy, you a big girl. I know that, and you light-skinned, so I know those dudes down south be all up on you, don't they?
But I'm having problems. I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship for 12 years. And I'm ready to get out of a relationship, but he's still holding on, and I'm just not into it anymore. So
do y'all have any kids? Do y'all have any kids?
You have 2.
Shit. And how old is he?
He's 32.
How old are you?
Huh?
You're older than him.
I'm located in Mississippi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got a sexy sounding voice, but what do you look like?
Well, I'm light-skinned.
Light-skinned?
Oh, on the side note, black folks, stop saying light-skinned. Skinned is not a goddamn word. I get so sick of hearing niggas say that. Skinned it. And I was kind of being sarcastic with this girl by repeating it. But black folks, FYI, light-skinned is not a word. It's light-skinned, dark-skinned. Stop saying skinned it. When y'all say that, that just takes us back about 30 goddamn years.